Yeah, this is Carlos Charlie from Reboot Robot. Please like and subscribe. You'll like what you see, you like what you hear. So yeah, hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.
The Avengers. That's what we call ourselves. Earth's mightiest heroes. Same thing.
What's up, YouTube fam? This is your homie Hoodrat Comics coming with the team Nerd Herd. We're talking MOTU today. Do you guys remember MOTU? I remember MOTU since I was a kid. We used to buy these things up like crazy. But let's do a quick roll call before we get into the show. First, my name is Hoodrat Comics. I'm the junkyard dog of the bunch. I'm gonna pass it on to JR.
My name is JR Weinzettel. I am Rogue's Law on Instagram. I remember MOTU back in the day, but my mom didn't let me play with it too much. So I'm going to kick it off to Nick. What's your experience with MOTU?
Oh, man. I'm more of a Marvel guy, but MOTU kind of hurts my soul a little bit. I remember I used to have the toys, and I sold them all one day when I was like a 14-year-old kid. I sold all my toys on like the doorstep of a apartment complex for $40. And so hearing you guys talk about the comics, though, really made me interested in maybe picking up that book this week.
Nice.
Let's pass it on.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it on. Let's talk to Rob. Let's hear his non-MOTU experience.
Hi guys, Robert, Rob's Nerd Haven, Instagram, and MOTU is it's still a big passion of mine. For a minute, I was 100% obsessed, like Charlie is right now.
Because he's behind me.
But yeah, I'm gonna age myself here. I was born in '80. Masters came out in '82. Yeah. And it's been always part of my life, but it's like the first action figure that really attracted me. I probably got the first one like in '85. I think that's when I got my first MOTU. And I've been ever since in love with it. And when they re-released it in 2002 with the new cartoon on the Cartoon Network, and they did the figures, and then Mattel came out with the MattyToyCollector.com, and I got into those figures with them, and Super 7, all that. It's just, it's definitely one of my top 5, let's say, licenses. Probably number 1 or 2, my favorite there is out there.
And I want to welcome in our special guest, Reboot Robot Charlie Mung 916, or as we call him, Charlie. He's one of our other MOTU experts in our crew.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so happy to be here. But when people say MOTU or MOTU, it's Masters of the Universe or Masters of the Universe Classic, just in case if nobody knows what that means. But like back in 82, 83, man, I remember I loved these toys. And the thing is, what I love about them now is the color variations. They're extremely colorful and borderline from toy to collectible. As you can see behind me, it's all colorful stuff. I love how the colors pop in the figures and all that. But I remember I did have an old collection back in the 80s, and my brother would rip the legs off of my figures, dude. Remember how the waist, they're like, it was like a rubber band.
Yeah.
You could stretch them out. Yeah. Oh man, my brother broke a trap jaw, actually. He has a picture where he has a trap jaw, the leg in his mouth. And it's like,
jeez.
I was like, so that was horrible. But and also I just I love the story of what He-Man is, because it's such a weird mix of medieval with high technology. You don't really see that anymore, in nowadays. And if they really make a movie right, you almost have like Lord of the Rings with Star Wars mixed, if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? If you have those two things mixed together, you have such an awesome movie with an incredible lore, incredible history, and I think they can nail it if they have those two things put together, And I'm so glad that I had the chance to come back here, because when I came back, I tried to collect the Matty Collector stuff, and it's already high priced. So I miss the time where you had to get a subscription, you get everything for like, $20, $30 a pop for a figure, Rob? What was it? Cheap?
Yeah, but it was stressful trying to gather that stuff together. It was very stressful. It was a very difficult line to collect that, especially the first year. Yeah. It was very competitive. People were just killing each other for these figures.
Well, I've heard from a buddy that collected that stuff too, that it was just poorly ran, like Matty Collector in general.
Yeah, that's what those first several years. Oh, it was just tough. There was all kinds of issues with distribution and shipping and
The Four
and just
Horsemen, right?
Yeah, Horsemen with the designers and the online sales. Forget about the San Diego Comic Con stuff. That's always just a headache.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, getting it kind of late was a headache myself, but I mean, it was a little bit expensive, but I just like having it. I mean, I like having my corner of the room just all MOTU stuff. You know, it's very nostalgic, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the cartoon that Kevin Smith is doing.
Yep.
I mean, he's taking it where the original series left off, and I heard he's keeping the same art design, right? It's not like, you know, making it more cartoony or nothing like that. What I've heard.
No, yeah. So from what I remember, what he said at PowerCon last year, me and Charlie and Ian went to PowerCon last year, and from what he said, it would be more anime style.
Okay.
And
style.
So yeah, a little more anime, a little more adult looking, not very cartoonish, but still has some of the element of the humor and stuff what the cartoons did.
Yeah, I remember when you let me borrow the DVDs, dude, and I remember like watching it as a kid is like, you know, it's awesome, it's brain numbing, it's cool, but watching it as an adult, you're like, man,
it's tough.
I only watched three episodes, because you notice that they recycle a lot of animation. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
A lot of it, ton of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of notice things like that, but still, it was very nostalgic. I love, you know, where He-Man's from, and I heard that like He-Man's actually something from Conan, right? From Frank Frazetta, what's his name?
Yeah,
Frank Frazetta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they literally just ripped off Conan because Mattel they had to get the best way to watch the history of Conan is go on Netflix, look for the Toys That Made Us, and there's a whole episode of Master Universe there, and they explain the story how they got hired on make the toys for Conan the Barbarian by the studio and stuff, and some reason the deal fell out. They didn't do it, but all the development they put into Conan, they took it and they used it for He-Man, which they're already kicking around, but they pretty much used a lot of Conan elements with the stuff they already came up with, and they at the end came out He-Man and Master Universe.
And the thing is like, I'm sorry, was that?
I was just gonna say, is that episode different than the Netflix one?
No, Toys That Made Us. In season 1, there's a whole Masters of the Universe episode, and that's.
I'm just wondering if it's different than the YouTube one. That's all.
Oh, the YouTube. What's the YouTube one?
I think
You said it was on YouTube.
No, I said Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, you meant Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I say YouTube? My bad. No, I meant Netflix. I'm sorry. Yeah, Netflix. Yeah, that's the one. That's the definitive history of, in my opinion.
And the thing is, I heard that the cartoon, like they try to really push the cartoon to the younger viewers, and supposedly he can't kill or maim anybody in the cartoon, so he became like a good barbarian, if there's such thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a good boy barbarian.
All those cartoons in the 80s, and G.I. Joe, they never shot anybody, dude. They missed everybody. It's just the tanks, everything blew up, but yeah, Thundercats, no one never died. So.
Except for Transformers, that movie, the original movie, man, that was
that's a movie. That was that
was traumatizing.
PG, was that PG-13 or PG? I
You saw robots hanging from chains and like how
dude, Optimus dies in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know, they're robots, but when you're a kid, you don't kind of look at them. You like life forms. Yeah, you're right.
Optimus dies in the first 10 minutes, dude. So that's right there.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
35 years. It's no more spoilers.
So who's your? I mean, I know you guys collect a lot of figures, right? And I can see it in your background. Tell me, who is your favorite character / figure?
Go ahead, Charlie.
In the line of MOTU.
Character / figure, I have to say it's either I like Roboto. I do like Roboto. I had him as a kid. And the thing is, I love the fact that how his body is, it's plastic, you can see through it. You know, it's translucent, and you can see the body parts moving around. I love that as a kid, and that came out, you know, a lot. When they came out in classics, that's like I had to get that character. So Roboto's one of them. I do like the colors on him, and also
I happen to like the Filmation one.
I got the Filmation one too.
Okay.
I got the classic and also the Filmation one. So that's pretty cool. And also, who I also like, I like Buzz Off.
Buzz Off?
Yeah, I like Buzz Off. I like the classic one, the Buzz Off. I love his colors. And plus he has those wings, especially in the classic ones. I have it right here next to me, actually. I like those two characters. I like the way they look, their art direction, and colors. That's what I like.
They thought of that name really hard. It's a B. His name is
I
Buzz.
know, right? Buzz off. Buzz off.
Okay, for me, the one that was there's two characters. Fisto, he's my favorite good guy. I love his art design, the way he looks, this giant fist hand that he just carries around. I don't know how he can carry this giant weight all the time, but he's such a badass figure. I love the classics version, the vintage version, the Dalmatian version of Fisto. It's the 2002 version. Yeah, he's very dope looking figure. He's redheaded guy, giant hand. And the other one that always comes to mind for me is the villain of Trapjaw. I just love his color scheme, how his colors match of blue, greens, reds. Like you said, these are very colors that pop out. All the figures, but Trapjaw's colors really pop out to me. I just love his accessories where you can change out his arms to a blaster to a hug.
Yeah, that was cool.
Looks like a hanger, but it's a hug, and some other thing I can't remember. But
can you put a string in his helmet? Like a string in his helmet, remember? And he has like a little hole in his helmet you could put a string on.
On which one? On which version?
The vintage ones. I remember the vintage one. You could do it. Yeah, and you could go down the line with it.
Probably, because I have them. I have a bunch of vintage up here. Yeah, so it's Trapjaw and Fisto for sure.
Cool.
And how about for us novices? How about you, JR? What's your favorite MOTU character?
I'm trying to think what my favorite. One thing I always liked about in general is like the Skunkor. I think he was the first one that had the stunted character that stunk. Mossman was another one.
Oh, that's awesome. He smells good.
But I always liked the little wizard, Orko, I think his name is.
Orko, yep.
Yeah. That was always my favorite character. I remember watching, it's She-Ra, but I remember watching She-Ra just as bad trying to watch that nowadays. But did you find Orko in the background? Remember, like, they do that little segment?
Yeah, like Easter egg. Yeah.
Because I think they had something, because, like, G.I. Joe had, like, the more you know, I remember He-Man also had something like that, too, like, at the end of the episode.
Yeah, it was, like, demanded by the government. All cartoons had to give a message for the kids at the end.
Yeah.
Don't butt your head into a door after watching Ratman do it after time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Respect your parents, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, don't do drugs. Yeah,
how about you, Nick?
Battle Cat, man.
Battle Cat.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Man, Battle Cat was so cool. You know, like I can't even think about. I don't even want to discuss all the times when I was a little kid. I tried to like jump on my own cat, because you're like, yeah, I want to be He-Man,
You would have loved the Battle Cat, like those horses with the springs you could sit on when you were a little kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a Battle Cat version of that.
Dude, he has one behind him.
Oh, that's
Charlie
has.
Write it, Charlie.
Scale.
Write it.
I could almost mount this damn thing, dude. It's bigger than my cat. It literally is.
It is.
Yeah. But this is a sick Battle Cat, dude. Yeah, I love it. It's from PCS.
It's crazy the stuff though they made into rocking horses and stuff though back in the day.
It's polystone, dude. This shit's heavy, and I'm scared to even carry it around. It's polystone.
Yeah, that rocking horse is like a couple grand now.
Doesn't what's his name have it? The guy who what's his name, dude? The toy collector YouTube.
Pixel Dan?
Yeah, Pixel Dan. He had one, didn't he?
Pixel Dan.
I think Pixel has one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So one thing I know MOTU's like popular all over the world. I know he's big in Germany, right? One place that I was really surprised when I met you and Rob is how big it is in Mexico.
It's
like
huge,
MOTU's huge.
Massive.
Like it's crazy big in Mexico, right? They even have their own conventions, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, just like your PowerCon, dude. Definitely.
I think it's Germany 1, Mexico 2, then the US 3rd.
Yeah.
That's popularity.
What? I mean, in Mexico, it's what is it called in Spanish? Masters of the Universe.
What's it called again, Charlie?
It's Amos
del Universo.
Del Universo. Amos. Amos is master.
Yeah, because I even see Super 7 going down there and just doing packaging just for Mexico, and it's
just
rad.
as big, bro. It's just as big, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I talked. I mean, I know I have a lot of friends on Instagram at my other Instagram at HoodRat Jedi, and they're big MOTU fans, and they're always asking me like, "So what's up, man? Are you gonna go to Comic-Con and hook up that new Mattel MOTU pack?" And I'm like, do my best, bro. You know, like it's a big thing, man. You know, so
And 2-pack was badass last year, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. You know what? I missed that one. I got the
that thing
She-Ra
sold
one,
out quick.
It sold out so quick.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to get it.
I got it through the website. That's how I got it.
Charlie,
Yeah.
were we in the same line when we were getting that? Like, no, it was Charles, the other Charles.
Mhm.
So me and Charles in that line, and I think I got my limit, and Charles barely got 2, and it was sold out. Boom, and we were there on preview night. You know?
Yeah, you guys were talking about that. That one and the Macho Man. I wanted the Macho Man, dude.
Yeah,
Slim
that
Jim.
Macho Man was Snap
Dig
to
it.
Slim Jim.
Yeah, Snapping to his
Macho Man was gone, and then the Jurassic Park one was out.
Yeah.
Yep,
Done.
all those,
Done.
dude. They were
Yeah.
dusted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were eliminating them each day, but
Yeah, that's true.
I know me and
Yeah.
JR have like nightmares about the Mattel line at San Diego Comic Con.
I won't do Mattel next year.
Never.
Yeah, that's.
I'm
I heard it's
done with Mattel.
organized.
Just
Yeah.
got to the website, man. When they do that release a few
Yeah.
weeks prior, that's how I got all my stuff from Mattel. I just through the website.
No, I got stuff through Mattel too, but on the side note, it didn't get shipped for like a month afterwards.
yeah.
That takes a while.
Oh,
And
their
that
shipping
was
sucked.
that's what I didn't like. But we're not gonna ask Mattel here.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
because-
You're
Back
still
to one-
pissed, huh? Still no love from Mattel?
No love. They got some great properties though. I love their
Yes,
stuff, but they need to
yes.
talk to Hasbro and learn how to do their lines.
Also,
I think the thing about all like Comic-Con lines just is it just takes your whole day. You know,
It does. It does. You can't plan
If it-
around it.
Yeah, you can't plan around it.
you got to
If-
work it.
You got to work it, and you. By the end of the day, you're like, well, there goes Friday at Comic-Con,
Yeah.
which essentially was $100 ticket.
Yeah.
You know.
Come with
I
us
know-
to Comic Con. We'll take care of you, Nick.
I know I wasted. I wasted what was it, $45 for preview night because we were in the Mattel line for like half of preview night.
Yeah.
It was insane, man. It was freaking insane.
there is.
Screw you,
one thing-
screw you, Mattel.
I wanted to add one
Oh.
thing. One thing we're missing. I think the MOTU community is one of the better communities out there in the collectibles world.
They're not toxic.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, it's just a very welcoming community. They're very friendly. We experienced that last year at PowerCon.
It was so fun.
I felt it was
It was so fun.
so we had a ton of fun going. It's a small little convention, and we're looking forward to go this
You
year.
can't
I
hold
still
one
love your
event
guys.
towards the whole company. I love Mattel. Mattel's been
Yeah.
good to me.
I still love your guys' shirts though from last year. Those are awesome.
Dude, I
Our
still have
shirts.
mine, man.
Bed
Yeah.
sheets.
Tell the
Dude,
story.
yeah,
Tell the story,
dude.
Charlie.
That's
Tell the
the
story,
thing, man.
Charlie.
Because I remember there was various times where we had the shirt. I would never think that everyone remembered that they're bed sheets, but like there was like 6 people that said, "Oh my God, those are bed sheets." And remember when we went to eat at what's it called Chicken and Waffles?
Yeah.
Those guys were like,
Roscoe's.
"Oh yeah, Roscoe's," and these 2 guys came up out of nowhere. They're like, "Oh my God, dude, this shit
You guys were rock stars, man.
Yeah, everyone
With
loved
your
them.
bed sheet t-shirts.
But they look. they look perfect. I
No, they
I still
look
have-
great.
Yeah.
I even
I mean,
wore
I
mine.
didn't-
I wore mine at Disneyland, man, and people were like, "I used to have those sheets."
How
They
do
were
you
just
know,
calling
man?
it. I have no.
It's easy. I mean, because there was Star Wars had a similar kind of design as those two.
You're right.
Yeah.
The
So
Octopus-
they all had like the same thing at the time. At least no one said, "Hey, I peed on those sheets when I was a kid."
And
At
you're
least you
probably
didn't get
wearing
that
it,
one.
And you're probably
I
wearing
pissed
it.
on
right?
your shirt.
No, but people loved our shirts, and like Rob said, dude, that small convention, everyone was like, those conventions, you all like one thing, and that's Masters of the Universe. Comic-Con, there's like 100 things you like. One guy likes this, one guy likes that, one guy likes this, doesn't like that.
I had a
When you go
better
to
time
convention-
PowerCon than San Diego Comic.
Yeah, dude, everyone's all focused on one thing, which is Masters of the Universe, and a few other things, but
Yeah.
everyone was cool with each other. I love
I
it.
was looking forward to going this year, man.
Yeah.
Me
Well,
too,
it's
man.
a good time for Powers. I mean, it's a good time for MOTU with the Kevin Smith doing his thing.
Yes, yes, I'm happy
And
about
with the
that.
comic book, even if it got mixed reviews, I think they're trying to clean up the universe. Probably,
Yeah.
they're probably
Yeah,
going
good
to start
point.
doing it over from then. So I mean, it sounds like everything's kind of working in the right direction with it right
Possibility also of a live action film coming too. So that's also
Man,
Yeah.
but
I hope don't screw that up.
I gotta give love to like Super 7 and Brian Flynn, right? Like they
Yes.
Yeah.
he revived
now.
he
Yeah.
revived it for me. I know.
He
Did he revive it for you guys? Like he really put his heart and soul into into MOTU, and he made awesome figures, man. I mean, they cost some change, but they were worth it. It was so worth it, man.
We interviewed him, man, but we didn't have the sound on our camera.
Right.
But we interviewed him. Remember that? I was like, dude,
Yep.
I remember his exact words. I was like, so how did you get into this, or how do you even how did you think about opening stores? And I remember what he said. He said, my stores are like if they were my room. I have my clothes on one side and my toys on the other. I would imagine how my room would look like, pop culture style. When he said that, I'm like, oh shit, it's true. We've all been
It's
super
very
stoked.
true. His stores. I love his store.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love his
I
stores, man. Yeah.
I mean, I bump into Brian like every Comic-Con, you know, like I go to Super 7 to say, hey man, what's up, dude? Thank you, man, very much. And we went to, remember we went to what was it called? Skeletor's
Skeletor's Lair.
Oh, there was Lair, right, at Super 7, and we were hanging out with, right? We were hanging out with Brian. Don't worry, I'm gonna put like pictures of it on as graphics, and I mean, we had some great time. You were there with us too, right? JR,
I didn't.
You didn't make it.
I didn't go.
It was.
I was going to go because that was the year with the Laughing Adam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Laughing Adam.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't think I didn't make it over there.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jordan made it over there though.
Yeah, Jordan was there.
That might be who you're thinking of.
Yeah, Jordan was there.
I was there.
Jordan's
from Sacramento.
huge. Yeah.
Jordan from Sacramento. I got a He-Man from him, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a huge Power Ranger fan, or not Power, Masters of the Universe fan.
Yeah, I heard he
Fuck
kit
Power
bashes
Rangers.
too. He makes his own exclusive characters. He kit bashes them too and all kinds of stuff. Dude. Yeah, the guy's really into it.
Yeah, I imagine so. I don't know if you saw the one that I sent in the group thread of the Samuel Jackson Power Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit is awesome.
Whoever
Power
did
of the
that
Mother.
is yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
we got one more item from Super 7, Charlie. That's Snake Mountain.
Oh my god, dude, that's like
Jesus.
that's
We pre-ordered it. Me and Charlie pre-ordered that.
Where are you guys
Yeah,
gonna put it, man? I don't have no idea how you guys are gonna.
I know.
I gotta take out a more that thing, man. It's like,
So this is what I'm seeing. You guys are gonna get these in the mail, and then you guys are
we're
gonna
gonna
have to
pick
go.
them up.
We're going to
No,
drive
we'll
up
pick
to
'em up.
LA. We're going to LA
Okay.
to Entertainment Earth at Wilcom and pick them up.
Okay,
Yep.
you guys are gonna go pick them up from LA, and then you're
Yeah.
gonna come back, and then your wives are gonna be like, "You guys have to get your own apartment because I'm gonna divorce your ass because this shit's too big."
dude, I'm gonna make a table out of it. I'm gonna
She gave up, bro.
put a board on top of it, make a table out of it. That shit's huge. It's not gonna fit my room. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well,
with
you
it,
could
but-
close it like your Castle Grayskull. That's where you're going to save space by closing it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, instead of opening it, it's like fucking 12 feet. You know what?
I know.
How long is it? Your whole room would be like
Fucking Snake Mountain.
Snake Mountain oriented. Your whole room. Yeah.
I mean,
But
Snake Mountain to me was like all loved by Brian Flynn because it was like, you know, it was just a love thing for that guy. Like, you're not gonna make
True.
any money off of that. You know,
No,
it's just
he's
like
not.
I'm making it for you guys.
Dude,
You know,
we're
like-
waiting. We're waiting for like a year and a half on that.
Well, sometimes
I
it
don't know,
takes a long time to make those.
I'm always
I know,
giving
it's
props to
huge. Yeah.
I'm always giving props to Brian Flynn because he's starting up Thundercats now, and the Thundercats line is freaking
Yeah.
sick, man. You know?
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
And
Give me a
TMNT
snarf.
as well.
And I also heard what they're doing Snake Mountain like for Thundercats too, but I don't think I could bring it up right now.
Ooh.
So
I know. Oh.
Bring it
I
up.
heard-
Bring it up, man.
No, you'll get burned on the connection, man.
yeah, so
Yeah, don't-
there's some. You know what? I've heard
We'll
something
bring you
that-
back.
Yeah, okay, bring
Yeah,
it back. Because
Yeah,
what,
we'll
I, what I'm
bring it
gonna
back.
say, you guys are gonna like it. I'm gonna get it, but I can't
Okay.
say what it is right now.
I'm
so.
not gonna say anything because we're gonna have the Thundercat session like some
Okay,
time down the
Nice.
line. You know.
nice.
Um,
Okay.
One more question before we go into our next topic. Like, this is something that always got me. Like, what's the craze about She-Ra? She's just some hot chick that holds a sword. Like, everything that comes out collectible for She-Ra always blows up. Like after it's sold out, it's crazy, man. I mean, even that one thing,
Expensive.
Funko
Oh my
had
god. Yeah.
that Funko
Oh.
exclusive from San Diego Comic-Con. Like, remember that one from a couple years ago? It was a
There you go. He has it right there.
Yeah.
The Swiftwind. Yeah.
So Funko came out with these vinyls, and it's not even a regular Funko. And I
Isn't
know
it like
I
a
got
Dorb?
I don't. What is it? It was that,
Rock candy. I have it right here.
Oh, that's
Rock Candy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
Funko.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
and that. Let me tell you, man, that line sucks. But that
Yeah.
She-Ra is worth money.
Yeah.
And I didn't even
don't
know it.
know,
I was like,
man.
what the hell? Because it's, and Rob's just like, because it's She-Ra. And I'm like,
Yeah, you know what? I think they do like the Chitara thing. Like they make a low print because they think that dudes are not going to buy it or something, and then it's like it just skyrockets. I don't know, man. It's like people
This
just
is
like
like
the character too.
$400 going by right now.
Yeah, right there. Yeah,
and I know this Super 7 She-Ra is worth some change too.
I got that one, dude. Yeah,
It's
I got
crazy.
that one.
We were lucky enough because we live in San Diego and we have a Super 7 here to get one.
Yeah.
Those things are worth. Go look it up. I'm not lying. She-Ra, anything She-Ra, it blows up. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Even
Yeah.
comic books blow up too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about comic books, right? So Rob and Charlie picked out their 5 top favorite comic books for Masters of the Universe.
All right, so so I looked up. Well, basically, this is going to be the books to get for Masters of the Universe. The top 5. Well, one of them we're cheating because there's multiple on that one, but for now, we'll start with a single one, and this is DC Comics Presents Superman and the Masters of the Universe. I believe issue. What number is this again? I don't see the number on the picture, but is it 24 or 42?
I thought it was 26, but maybe I'm wrong. 26.
Yeah, damn number slips. But this is basically the first appearance of any Master Universe in comic book format. It's He-Man's first appearance, Skeletor's first appearance, and this is it's kind of weird. They got introduced in this Superman run, which is a bunch of different stories to Superman, and this is definitely a highly desired book for most Master Universe fans and definitely Superman fans and comics in general, right? Because it's definitely
I was wrong. It's 47.
Yeah.
47?
Comics Presents 47.
Okay, yeah. And Ian was there when I actually got this finally last year. I got this for $15.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man. Especially those characters on there.
Jeez.
It's priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Really
So
good
sick.
deal on that. Internally I was crying when I got this book. But
I seen it in I seen it in the short box before Rob came, like, because I went to this place a couple of times. I was like, Rob's gonna love this one, man, and I'm not even gonna tell him about it.
I don't know if that's mean or what.
No, I knew you were gonna love it because I knew he was gonna offer it to
Oh,
you.
let me know. Yeah, okay, I get you. Okay.
Yeah. He was gonna offer. I knew he was gonna offer it to you for a really good price. Because I told him, I was like, the buddy I'm gonna bring is a big MOTU fan, and he's gonna love this book. And and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a good deal. So
Nice. Good deal.
Awesome. Yeah, he did. He hooked me up because at that point, I already had like 80 books. I already picked out.
Jesus. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and then I saw this. I'm like, you bastard! And I'm like, all right, how much? And at the end, I paid like was it like $100 or something like that? Yeah,
Yep.
for 8 books. So it was
Good, man. Yeah.
It's not bad.
yeah. So that's this is definitely a grail book for MOTU fans and the comic book format genre, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's go to the next one.
Oh, that one's a classic.
Yeah, so you know what this is,
dude.
right, Charlie? Right?
Yeah, definitely, man. I always wanted that one too.
Yeah. So this is the first book because when you bought back in the day in '82, they used to come with little mini comics.
Small comic books, dude. It's like an extra bonus. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So He-Man, that original wave had this little book, and this was the first anything Master Universe in the little comic book format. They were really miniature sized, but this is one of the original stories because there was no backstory to these characters. They produced the toys first, so one of their ideas was let's create a backstory. How can we tell a backstory? Well, let's put a little comic book in the blister card, and so they put these little books just to give a backstory, and that was done. Was this done by what's his name? That the Asian cat, Hama or from Marvel?
I think so.
Who also did the G.I. Joes and stuff like that?
Yeah, the art direction, and also I do love like you'll see that how Skeletor's face, the skull is like a little bit different. You'll see like other figures with that variant. I love that variant on this comic because it looks way more like horror, way evil.
Well, yeah, the whole it was all horror. That was like the original concept. Is all more evil, more horror, a little more gritty, a little more dirty. Even
that's what I liked.
Yeah, Beast is a whole different color. He's red, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
The actual figure's orange. So, yeah, they later on when they went to Marvel and the All Star line, what's it called, or Star line? I'm sorry. They cleaned up the story and they made it a little more a better narrative for the actual story. And but yeah, this was the original first book, the blister cards with He-Man and the original wave.
I know as a kid, I had a bunch of MOTU figures, and I would tear right through them and throw this part away. So there's not many of them out there.
Yeah,
know,
a lot of kids did
that's
that.
true.
Yeah.
Kids didn't appreciate that. I mean, why would they? I mean, it's pictures of comics, but like they want the figure. They don't want to read or do anything. So yeah.
And I think high grade this runs you like $50.
It says right here, high grade, man, is $80 for this one.
Oh,
There you go.
More.
It's
$80.
small too. It's a real
Yep.
small book too. Yeah.
Yep, $80.
Yeah, so
All right.
cool one for sure. So this one,
Nice.
yeah, this I don't think a lot of people know about this one, but it's a variant for He-Man Master of the Universe, the original, that first modern DC run, and it's issue number 1. It's the She-Ra variant, and this one runs pretty penny on 9 point. I usually just see like CGC slabs of this, and they're like usually 9.8s, and people are asking crazy numbers on this. Like I don't know, was it like $1,000 or something around that?
About $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty rare book. I never seen it in the wild. I always see it on eBay, and it's always slabbed, and it's usually a high grade, and it's pretty expensive. It's really cool art. The story inside is just regular issue number 1, nothing special, but it's just the rarity of the book really creates a demand at definitely that high price, and it's definitely a grail book that I want to get eventually. It's just a matter of time for me.
But I have a question for you guys. Has DC always had the license for comic books for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe?
So no, Marvel actually had the license also as well in the early 80s.
Yeah.
There's a classic Marvel Age cover with He-Man flexing his most bicep with.
Yeah.
So they did that. They have that, and then there's the All-Star line.
But mostly it's DC from what I've seen though. Mostly it's DC. But yeah, it's true. It's been with other lines.
Yeah, I remember that Marvel Age with him flexing.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure.
I think Dark Horse did the reprints too of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's also been Image. Image also did a run of Masters of the Universe, and one we're going to see in a little bit. Was it MV Creations or something like that? I can't remember the name of the company. I never heard of this company.
And also, I looked up the original comics were written by Donald Glute and illustrated by Alfredo Alicia, Alsea, or something like that. Never heard of the guys.
So the G.I. Joe guy must have done the All-Star version then.
Maybe.
Yeah, wasn't it Hammer or something? I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oopsie.
This one right here?
Yeah, down right there.
Okay.
So there's also He-Man and the Master Universe issue number 1, and it's also crazy expensive.
Yeah.
It's $1,000 plus book.
Crazy.
At 9.8 on eBay. Just you never see it. I've never seen it in person. I've been to multiple conventions and comic book stores all over the country, and I never seen it. It's pretty rare. But you get on eBay, you guys fork up a G for it.
eBay.
Wow.
Is this a Philip Tan cover?
Yeah, it's some. Yeah,
Oh.
I believe so. This is so it's a famous artist, and
Wow.
it's
That's
just
a big name writer too, if that's the right James Robinson I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I love the art.
Pretty good writer.
I mean, one Skeletor cover I'm really in love with is the most recent one with the multiverse. That Skeletor variant for that book is also a sick book.
Yeah, the variant. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, that's dope. No, it's just for this book. It's just really the rarity. They create the price on this. So, but it's definitely one of the top books for Master of the Universe.
And how about this one?
Let's close one. So okay, this is the what's it called? The MV Creations Company, and it was I guess sponsored by He-Man.org, the website. That's like for the longest time was
long time running site.
Yeah, that site's been around since the mid-90s, probably, Charlie.
Yeah, when the internet started.
Yeah, pretty much. That's been central command for Master Universe fans, and they had these books for charity or something like that. That's what I understand. And there's I think several issues, and they're just ghosts. They I never seen them in person as well, and On eBay, there even goes to, and I just saw one. This one in particular sold for $9.99. That's what it sold for. And there's one other one up on eBay by the same seller asking for the same price. And if you look at the history, there's not a lot of sales, and all the sales are crazy. It's just, it's a super rare. Yeah, it's super rare. If the rarity, if it was like maybe a bigger character like Spider-Man or something, dude, it would be gosh, I think just crazy prices on this. But since He-Man's, the prices are a little more, I guess, reasonable at $1,000. But yeah, there's another cover. Yeah.
Oh, this is a sick cover. I like this one.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Then you got King Grayskull's mount.
Yeah, see, that's
Here's another one.
Yeah. Just crazy. Yeah, so they, like I said, it's just the rarity again, and they have actual like a story to it. They were part of a charity situation, and they're He-Man.org exclusives, and it's just hard to find, dude. And Master Universe fans want these bad, and the art is just awesome. Cover art for sure.
Hey, well, thanks, Rob, for letting us know about those books, man. It was pretty interesting for me trying to find the images for them, because they are pretty, like the last set of books, they're ghosts. I couldn't find them at all. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, did people know about them, and did people either not know about them, or were they a short run?
Well, like I said, they're short. Each edition was for each issue was 500.
Wow.
Well, they only printed 500.
Wow.
And they were only through that, I don't know, some sort of charity format, but it was He-Man.org website. And that, I guess that was the only way to get them through them. And so there is only people that were in the know knew about it, and they're the ones that swooped in and picked them up. Even then, back in the day. And they're not letting them go. They're actually legit fans.
Yeah, hardcore.
No, man. I mean, I gotta, in closing, like, I love MOTU when I was a kid. I remember waking up super early to watch Robotech, and then G.I. Joe, and then Masters of the Universe. It was like the trifecta, like when we were kids, right? Like, you were just like, what's next? It was the best. And then you went to school, right? You had to wake up at 6 a.m. You had to go to school. It was great times back in the 80s. But you guys have any final words, man, before we let everybody go about, like, MOTU, and a little, last knowledge to dispense to the world of YouTube?
Yeah. We have the power.